he's the first person that I've met within boxing that changed the way I thought about myself, I suppose. That's a bit deep, isn't it?
That's all right.
I don't know. So I had Frankie, I had my child, and I went boxing to try and lose some weight. That was all I was doing. And I met Mark in there. He's an amateur boxing coach. I didn't know anything about boxing, and I started doing the adults evening classes with a friend of mine, and I just got hooked. And after a few months, I built up a bit of a relationship with Mark because I started doing some one-to-ones with him. And he said, have you ever thought about doing anything with the boxing? I was like, no, absolutely no, I've never thought about that. And he just had some belief in me. And at my age, at 40, what was I, 40, these things didn't happen in my life where someone believed I had a talent or a chance to do something with the sport. That has never been on my remit because I've had asthma. I was that fat kid at school, fat unfit kid at school with asthma that no one had picked to go on the netball team. And all of a sudden, I'm 40, I'm in a boxing gym, and somebody's showing some belief in me to be able to do something. So with my addictive nature and obsessive behaviour, I went in 100% with it, and did a bit of sparring, and Mark saw that I had a bit of talent, maybe, or I don't know what he'd call it. I don't know. And I went on to go down that road of training like a boxer to see where it'd lead me, and it led me to the point where I wanted to have a go. I wanted to have a proper amateur fight. And it was new territory for Mark because he'd never had a girl in his club box or get carded. So I got carded, and he got me on one of his shows, and I competed.
The MC was brilliant that night. I remember that.
He was just the best. That's the only reason I got through it, really. I think it was that. Yeah. Obviously, that was you, Don.
Well, Mark, you know, when you talk about unsung heroes, Mark is someone that obviously never seeks attention for what he does. But normally you're talking about people that, you know, devote hours and hours to the community and this, that, and the other. But it can be very different. Mark's obviously completely committed to the kids in the area and making sure that they're off the street and everything else. But your story is slightly different. That's a more indirect unsung hero role, if you like, because he personally inspired you, and not only to compete, but obviously you've gone on to found Maverick Stars. So Mark indirectly had a hand in all of that.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be sat here now, knee deep within the boxing. I live boxing now. It's everything I think about. Obviously, I have my family time, but it's mainly how can I, you know, what's the next project? Who can I help? I've obviously set up this boxing charity just specifically for the boxing community. And it was all because I don't know what he saw in me. I think he saw that I needed that a self-esteem boost. And I got it from that. And he does do amazing things. He is that textbook amateur coach that is amazing and puts hours and hours in of his own voluntary and works all, you know, the time he can and sacrifices with his family and brings kids in the gym. And it's not about champions, that gym, at all. It is about the young kids off the estate coming in. If they box, they box. If they don't, they don't. It's never been a champions gym. And he's done amazing. And I was inspired by that, and seeing his journey got me on my own journey with the charity, seeing how much support coaches need to improve their facilities, improve the community engagement. I mean, he's got his own life to lead beyond boxing and volunteering. That who wants to be sat in council meetings and filling in forms day after day? And I've done a lot of that for that club because of my love for it, and I want to see it grow and develop. And we are nearly at the point now, obviously, that we can start building, but it's just there seems to be another hurdle, and that's part of me growing. With, you know, I've learned so much from that. But yeah, so if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I was now, and I do owe him a lot, really, and hence why I've dug in deep to get this project off the ground. And and support Simply Boxing Club.
So just give us an explanation where the club is now. It's a small club in a community centre in the middle of a council estate in Timperley, in Greater Manchester, but now it needs more space. He's turning kids away. He can't accommodate everybody. It's been ongoing for years, this, to try and get more space.
Yeah.
Where is that club now in terms of this refurb that it so desperately needs to allow more kids to come in and train every night?
Where is it? Well, we haven't even put a spade in the ground. We haven't even got the lease from Trafford Council yet. We're ticking every box they ask us to tick, and then there seems to be more to tick, but we've done it. We've pulled in £400,000, which is a huge amount of money to do the build. We are still about £80,000 short, but I'm so confident that as soon as we start seeing a structure, people see that something's happening, more money will come to us. I think the money's out there for it, but it's this lease. The paperwork's phenomenal. And if Mark hadn't, I'm not blowing my own trumpet, if Mark hadn't had myself there to drive this and keep pushing and pushing, because I'm very tenacious, it wouldn't have materialised. Somebody was in the gym, well, before lockdown, and was saying, what's happening with this? It's a farce. It's a farce. Well, it's not a farce. It's just that this is the process often clubs have to go through to get what they deserve. I mean, this isn't for anyone to profiteer from. This is a charity gym for the local kids. Any money that comes in will go straight back into that community. There's nobody earning big bucks out of this at all. It's not about that.
And finally, I mean, that's not what Mark's about. Obviously, anyone that knows him knows that. It's all about helping, coaching, enjoying the sport, going there every day and doing what he does.
Yeah, he's a great coach. I mean, when I first went in that gym, I thought, God, who's this? He's like a Liam Gallagher or something. And I couldn't work him out at all. Very quiet, underrated. He underrates himself. He's very quiet, doesn't say a lot. He's got a big heart, really, underneath that quiet exterior. And he's a great guy. And like I say, I do owe him a lot, and he is my unsung hero for different reasons than other coaches or people within boxing might be. But to me, he's where it started.
And he loves Chuck Berry. That's the main thing.
He loves rock and roll, man. Yeah, we love having Chuck Berry on in the gym, don't we? Hey,
it'll haunt me forever.
Will it? The kids love it though, even the little ones. You know, they listen to it because it's such a great tune. To the beat within that rock and roll music is what gets going.
He's a good coach. You know, that's the whole point. Is he knows it's music to train to. It's got it all going on.
Yeah, it's that connection with those kids. They listen to him. I've done projects with Mark with kids who are troubled, at risk. They're not doing great in school, and we take them in there. And he has some like magic effect on them. You know, they're respectful, they listen, they're disciplined, they turn up, you know, their attitude changes. There's been big turnarounds with kids that have gone in there. And that's, you know, we know that's a lot of gyms, but these coaches, they've got something magical.
And the thing is with Mark, and you touched upon it, every coach is different, but a very good coach like Mark doesn't need to say a lot. The kids get him straight away. Kids getting he doesn't say much.
No, they don't. You're right. They just have to show a belief in that kid, listen to that kid, and understand them. Most of these kids, as we know, they've not had it easy. I think all boxing clubs are in deprived areas, struggling areas of the community. I think I'm right in saying all of them. I don't know many that aren't. And you do see kids that have had it tough. Some of them, with that comes challenging behaviours, and it's those challenging ones I think Mark finds the most rewarding. You know, when you see them turn the lives around and end up in the Cresta on a show boxing, and that's the gift. That's the prize for us, to see that change in a child's life.